Welcome back to Live to Fish. If you're new to the channel, please do me a favor and subscribe. If you are a returning subscriber, returning visitor, thanks for coming back. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please click that subscribe down below. Really appreciate it. And today we're going to look at two packages that came in the mail. One is a smaller package. The other one, it's a little bit bigger. So let's take a look and see what we got. Come on. Okay, let's grab that multi-tool. Now, there's no warning in this package about not using a knife, so I'm still going to use the multi-tool just in case. You never know. First up is PCFun, the Torrent Baitcaster from PCFun. Let's open her up here and take a look. Finally wrapped in the good old bubble wrap. And it is a 7:1 to 1 gear ratio. Let's see if you can see that there. 7:1 to 1 gear ratio. It is a 6 bearing system. Now again, I'm not going to get into the particulars about bearings. But one thing you do need to know is that more bearings don't necessarily mean better reels. I know that sounds kind of counterproductive to what you see on the price of different reels, but I'll get into that at another time. But it's just, trust me, the 6 bearing system on this reel is more than adequate for what it does. This particular baitcaster has a magnetic braking system. There's a little latch right here that you pull down, turn in towards yourself, twist. I want to be careful because I don't want the whole spool to come out. And pull. And there you see the braking system. Inside here is where you have the spool. The spool comes out like so. You can actually buy replacement spools on the PCFun website, but I'm not sure why I would need a replacement spool. I have not had a spool go bad yet. Inside there is where I would lubricate and oil the bearings for the spool. Spool is back in. Let's go ahead and close it up. There we go. The PCFun Torrent. Okay, so here's where you set the braking system, obviously. And then you also have a tension knob. That tension knob has, I don't know if you can hear that clicking, an auditory response to it. Tighten up that, that spool there. Also the drag has an auditory click to it. Okay, that's the PCFun Torrent. Now let's take a look at the other box. Go ahead and get the multi-tool back out. Take a look and see what we got in the big box. I don't think it's going to shock anybody or be a surprise that it's something complimentary to the Torrent baitcasting reel. And here we have a complimentary PCFun Torrent Rod Sleeve. This particular model is a 2-piece rod, and I purchased this specifically for vacation. This is something that I have 2-piece rods that I bring with me on vacation because they're just so easy to break down, throw in the back of the vehicle, and they don't take up much space. They're not sticking up between the seats or sitting up on top of the headboard. Very, very convenient. All right, so let's take it out of the sleeve here. All right, let's get a look at the specifications on this thing. Okay, it's a 7-foot medium heavy with medium action. Let's see if you can see that there. Very cool. Now, one thing I do want to stress about the two-piece rods is whenever you have a joint here that you have to connect the two pieces with, this area right here is never going to be as flexible or as strong and sturdy as a one-piece rod. Some people will argue that there is no difference. I would disagree with that because I have broken two-piece rods before on retrieves. So that's one thing you do want to be mindful of. It's not going to be as powerful or as reliable as a one-piece rod. Now you can see here with a little bit of a bend, from here to the handle, there's not much flex, there's not much give. So let's take a look at the eyelets. See, what do we got total? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Got 9 eyelets. Not bad. Now they're not, I don't think they get into the micro size, but fairly decent. Good color combination too. Can't go wrong with red and black. Definitely like it. All right, let's take a look at that. All right, let's mount it up and take a look and see what we got. All right, we're going to release this here. Open her up a little bit. That's okay, that's just my ceiling tiles. It'll be okay. Crank this down. All right. Let's get that dialed in. Look at that. Very nice. Now altogether, this is a budget reel and budget rod combo. Together, both pieces cost a whopping $62 shipped. That's right, $62 shipped. The PCFun Torrent gets 2 thumbs up for me on a entry-level bait casting combo for just over 50 bucks. It is an incredible piece of equipment. And this is actually my second Torrent. I also have the PCFun Spark, which is a low-profile bait casting reel. Now, I'm going to show you a couple pictures of something that I caught on my other Torrent. Now, this is a medium heavy. I also have a rod, a 2-piece rod, in a medium action, and I use that for my top water and some of the other baits that I use with treble hooks. And again, here's a couple pictures of what I caught, and it's kind of surprising. So that was around 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning last summer, and that was a walleye, believe it or not, that I caught on a whopper plopper. Yes, a walleye on a whopper plopper using the PCFun Torrent. Not sure how that happened, but I was pretty surprised, pretty happy, and unfortunately lost a few friends because I didn't keep it and they didn't get to eat it. But I threw them back. They'll get them some other time. One thing I do want to share with you real quick, let me get this back off the rod here, is when I first purchased the PCFun Torrent, one thing I did notice is that it has this port on it. And I think you can see, let me get that crank handle out of the way. There's a little screw right here. And what that is an oil port. You put your lubricant in there. Now, it's nice, but what they don't tell you is that these are not oiled or not pre-lubed when they're shipped. A lot of reels right out of the box, you can use them. You don't have to lube them up. You should check that over, by the way. You should never just assume that they're oiled and lubed or greased on the bearings for that matter. But let me play a little video for you. What I ran into when I first started casting it, I was getting this horrible screeching noise. So I took a video of what I was experiencing. I sent it into PCFun, and they came back with a quick response. Let's take a look at what happened. So they instantly recognized the problem and they said, look, you might want to oil that reel because it sounds like it's just dry bearings that are making that screeching noise. Sure enough, I oiled it up, ran it through a few times, and the screeching went away. So word of warning, when you pick up a new baitcaster, make sure it is fully lubricated. Not that the thing's going to break down like an engine without oil, but over time it would damage the reel, of course. But you also don't want to deal with that screeching issue. But anyway, that's what I learned, and hopefully passing it along helps you not make that same mistake. That's it for the unboxing for this week. I know it was a short video, but I just wanted to bring it to your attention because a lot of people aren't aware of PCFun. They're not aware of the quality of their products, and they're not aware that they even exist. One thing I do want to show you real quick, though, is something that I do have from PCFun that I really like. This was actually my first introduction to the PCFun products. It is a sling pack. And this thing is very, very useful. It's when you don't want to bring a full backpack or too much gear. I'll get into the accessories that I keep in this on a regular basis, and it kind of changes throughout the season what I put in it. But that was my first introduction into PCFun's products, and once I started getting into their fishing reels and their rods, they had some quality stuff, and it is so decently priced, it's hard to beat it. So that wraps up the unboxing for this weekend. Sorry it was such a short video, but I am working on a project that includes beginner tips for people just getting into the sport. I want to go over the different rod and reel combinations, different techniques. I want to get into some things that if you're just starting fishing, what bait you should start out with, and how you should start your fishing experience. That's all I have for now. Please, again, do me a favor, like this video and subscribe if you haven't done so already, and we'll see you again. Remember, take care of yourself, be well, and we'll see you next time. From Live to Fish. Take care.